Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, lived a good king and queen who wished for nothing more than a child. At long last, their wish was granted, and a beautiful baby girl was born. They named her Aurora. To celebrate her birth, the king threw a grand party, inviting all the fairies in the kingdom to be her godmothers. One by one, 12 good fairies came forward, each bestowing a magical gift upon the little princess. One gave her beauty, another grace, a third gave her wisdom, and another a musical voice. But just as the celebration was in full swing, a dark cloud of smoke filled the hall. The 13th fairy, who the king had forgotten to invite, appeared, her face twisted with anger. "I too have a gift for the princess," she shrieked. "On her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on a spindle and die." The court gasped in terror. But before the king could do anything, the youngest good fairy, who had yet to give her gift, stepped forward. "I cannot undo this evil curse," she said softly, "but I can change it. The princess shall not die. Instead, she will fall into a deep sleep for 100 years. Only to be awakened by a king's son, fearing for his daughter's life. The king commanded that every spinning wheel in the kingdom be burned. He hoped this would protect Aurora from her terrible fate. The years flew by, and Princess Aurora grew into a kind, beautiful, and graceful young woman, just as the fairies had promised. She was loved by all who knew her. On the morning of her 16th birthday, the king and queen had to leave the castle on urgent business. Feeling adventurous, Aurora decided to explore the parts of the castle she had never seen before. She found a narrow, winding staircase tucked away in a remote tower. Climbing to the very top, she discovered a small, dusty room. Inside, an old woman sat busily spinning thread on an old-fashioned spinning wheel. Of course, this was no ordinary woman. It was the evil fairy in disguise. Aurora, who had never seen a spinning wheel before, was completely fascinated. "May I try?" she asked with innocent curiosity. The old woman smiled and offered her the spindle. The moment Aurora touched it, she pricked her finger. The curse came true instantly. She fell to the floor, not dead, but in a deep, unbreakable sleep. When the king and queen returned, they were heartbroken to find their daughter lost in a magical slumber. The good fairy who had softened the curse returned to the castle. Seeing the sorrow, she cast another spell. She put everyone in the castle to sleep: the king, the queen, the cooks, the guards, even the animals, so that when Aurora awoke, she would not be alone. Then, to protect the sleeping castle from the outside world, the fairy made a thick, impenetrable forest of thorny bushes and brambles grow all around it, hiding it completely. 100 years passed. The tale of the sleeping princess in the hidden castle became a famous legend, told in towns and villages far and wide. Many had tried to reach the castle, but none could get through the magical forest. One day, a brave and handsome prince from a neighboring kingdom heard the story and felt a strange pull to find this sleeping beauty. He was determined to break the spell. As he approached the enchanted forest, a miracle happened. The sharp thorns and tangled branches parted before him, creating a clear path. He walked through the silent castle, seeing the sleeping court frozen in time. Finally, he found the room where the princess lay. She was as beautiful as the day she had fallen asleep. The prince was captivated. He knelt down beside her and gently kissed her hand. At that very moment, the spell was broken. Princess Aurora's eyes fluttered open, and she smiled at the prince who stood before her. The kiss of true love had awakened her. Instantly, the entire castle stirred back to life. The forest of thorns vanished, the birds began to sing, and the kingdom was filled with joy once more. Princess Aurora and the prince soon married, and they ruled their kingdom together, living happily ever after. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.